how to set up Pinterest conversion tracking. Hey Pinners, it's Michelle Held from pintalk.net, and today I'm talking about how to set up Pinterest conversion tracking. If you like this video and find it helpful, please hit the like button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Of course, you can always follow me on social media, on Pinterest, of course, and my website, pintalk.net. I'm on Snapchat, Instagram, I've got a Facebook page, all under my other website's name of metrony.com. So how do you set up Pinterest conversion tracking? Well, we have a previous video on this that a user requested to add some more detail and some more screen shares. So I'm going to just talk about it briefly and then switch over to a screen share so you can see exactly how to set up conversion tracking. And by the way, what's that for, is for businesses that are looking to advertise on Pinterest, and the best way to do that at any kind of social or paid advertising campaign is to set up tracking so you know exactly how people reacted to your ad, how they behaved on your website, and you can put them into a remarketing bucket as well. So Pinterest tracking includes adding a tag or a little bit of script to your website, and then you customize it with actions like they added something to the cart, is a page view on a particular page, or they actually checked out and bought a product. So let's head over to the screen share and I'll show you exactly how to log into your Pinterest account and set up conversion tracking.
Alrighty, so we're talking about setting up Pinterest tracking, and that is to track activity on your website, especially as it pertains to Pinterest, mainly for targeting ads. But so if you come over to your Pinterest account, here I am, Pintalk, and you come over at the upper left corner. This is much easier to do from desktop, and then drop the menu down under the ads section and click on conversion tracking. So I click on conversion tracking. You see I have a few set up. I've just been playing with this. So Pinterest has the old version called conversion tags. Now they call it Pinterest tags. So this is something from the beginning of promoted pins that I had set up, and I can actually go in and delete them if I want. Actually, I can't delete them. Yes, I can. Come and delete them in the bottom. And they were just different snippets. Actually, you can take a look at some of them down here. Is a simple pull to a URL. So I'm going to cancel out of that. And I can look at this one that's not verified. And you see it's much longer snip of code. Actually, same call to a secure URL, and there's also an image call, and it's a JavaScript snippet. So it's gone from just, I don't know, one line to this whole JavaScript snippet. So if I want to set up conversion tracking, I come back to ads, then conversion tracking, and I want to click on create tag. So I'm going to name my tag. It's my example Pinterest tag. I spelled example wrong. My example Pinterest tag, and just generate code. And then you see that it pops up a JavaScript section. And then I can add other actions that I want to track. So these are specific things like a page visit. I simply want to know if a user came to a page. Or it's a lead generation, meaning they gave me their email address or phone number or something for SMS text. Add to cart. So this is someone who traveled through my website a bit and actually added a product to the cart for e-commerce sites. And then a sign up, they signed up for something in a particular form, viewed a particular category. So view category is sort of a little more granular information than page visit, depending on how your site is set up. If you have products set up into categories and products, you might want to use view category instead. They searched for something, they actually went through the checkout, so that would come after add to cart. Custom, so I can name something, anything I want if I'm looking for a particular page, or watched a video, very useful. And then what I can do is I use these. So if I wanted to track page visit, I could put page visit up in here. So here I have page load, the category. I would swap out the actual name and then my page. So I just copy that, and then I have to come over to my website and actually edit it and put the code in there. And if you have WordPress, there's a simple, you can put that usually into the footer. And the reason you put tracking code into the footer is so that you know that the page loaded completely and you don't get erroneous successful trips to a page. So for example, if you put this JavaScript put it into the header of the page and the page only loaded partially, like the user left quickly or something went wrong on the site or their data connection, then you might get a recorded page load or visit or category page visit when the user didn't actually see the page. So people normally put tracking codes in the footer of websites just because it's slightly more accurate version. So WordPress or any other site, this is a WordPress site, put it into the footer of the page. And there are WordPress plugins for this as well. So I copy that, and then when I'm done, you see my tag now appears here, and it will take a few hours to verify this. So this is the one I actually have on my site. These are just examples that I've created. So it's pretty easy to add tracking to your page, and you should definitely, or your website, you should definitely do that if you're running any kind of promoted pins or buyable pins tracking, and you want to add tracking with Pinterest. That way you are spending your money in the best places possible and knowing exactly what your users are doing. And then you get additional data over on Pinterest and where you can see what your users are doing on your site. So you see that visits are going up. You can see the most popular. And so you always, of course, should add some other third-party tracking like Google Analytics as well. But that's pretty easy. That's how you add Pinterest tracking to your website.
And that's how you do it, Pinners. That's how you set up Pinterest conversion tracking. It's actually pretty easy because Pinterest does all the code generation for you. Just clicking a button, customizing it, and then you have to put it on your website either through a WordPress plugin or doing just a little bit of programming where you're adding that to the header of your file. If you like this video and find it helpful, please hit the like button below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Then you'll know when a new video is up, usually every Saturday. And of course, follow me on Pinterest, on my website, pintalk.net, Twitter, and on all social channels. Carry on, Pinners.